farmers, and welcome back to Elmcreek. Just over here checking to see how our chickens are doing. It is the first day of May. They're popping out eggs, doing wonderful. Still at 19 chickens. Probably get 10 more chickens in a couple more days or so. So I don't know if it's every 2 months they reproduce or if it's every 6 months. I'm not too sure. We can only hold 30. I may sell chickens when we get maxed out. That way they can keep on reproducing. But more than likely what I'll probably do is they'll hit 30. I'll just leave them here and let them reproduce eggs. I don't know if they have an age limit in Farming Simulator 22 or not. They do have an age to them, so I would say they probably do. Come over here, check on the greenhouse. Plenty of water to go for the rest of the day, so we're good. Almost up to 10,000 liters of lettuce. That'll be good for us. I did get the rocks picked up over here in what will be our sorghum field that we're going to be planting here today. Weeds grew overnight, and it's kind of weird how the weeds grew, but that's okay. Our oat fields have grown as well. They're doing just as good with the weeds as well. The weeds grew in that pretty significant everywhere. I'm checking on the olive trees. I don't know if they're going to grow taller, but I'm also looking at them to see if I can see anything happening with them. I don't see anything happening with them currently. Our grass field, yeah, our grass field. We chewed through that grass seed pretty darn quick. But grass did grow here, so that's a good thing. The one thing I will say, grass grew in the grass field, but where I did landscaping and did painting, the grass is not regrowing here. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, if it should or it shouldn't. So the first thing I did every morning I wake up, of course, I go to the store page, and believe it or not, look what is on sale or what came in used. The Coon Plow by Stevie. It's 65% off. We're going to go ahead and buy that. Can I buy it from here? Or I can buy it from here without going to the store. That works out well. So we do get a pretty good deal. I can change the color, but we're going to leave the color the same. I'm going to buy that because it is a plow of my choice. Really, though, the best plow I would use, or subsoiler, I should say, would be this one right here, because the working width of that is 8 meters compared to 4 meters, so it's double the width, but you need 435 horsepower to use it, and we don't have that, and it's a lot more expensive, and we're going to buy used as much as we can. So that's at the store waiting for us, and what I want to try out here, and I did check on this, if I go to, no, I don't want to go to the store, I want to go to here, we're going to go to contracts, and there's a field right here, where is it? That's sowing, plowing. Field 82. We're going to accept that contract. I want to see in Farming Simulator 22 if a subsoiler will work as a plow under a contract in Farming Simulator 22. But first things first, we're going to grab our John Deere 6R and our new seed drill that we bought, quote-unquote, last month. Let's go ahead and get ourselves to work in planting some sorghum in this field over here that I picked up rocks. So a couple things about picking up rocks. It took me about an hour 10, hour 15. But then again, I was overlapping a little bit because it's kind of hard to see where you've been when you're picking up rocks. But I got all the rocks out. I delivered rocks twice up to the rock grinder or whatever the heck it's called. I got about just shy of $200. It was like $197 for a full load out of that rock picker. And I filled the rock picker twice, and I still got some more rocks left in it. I just parked it to the shed and said it's good, it's fine, it's fine right where it is. I'll leave it for another day. So yeah, you're not going to get for the amount of money you pay for those rock pickers, you're not going to make a whole bunch of profit on rocks itself, but it's going to save you money on repairing your vehicles. I guess for what you're paying for it, maybe it's a smart thing to do if you just lease it and use it once a year. And as far as I can see, the only time you're going to get rocks in a field is when you cultivate or subsoil / plow like we did, is when the rocks are going to come up. Just by replanting the field, it's not going to affect anything at all. So rocks shouldn't come up, at least from what I can see. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Come over here, and we're going to get this field planted, like I said. Then we're going to go back up to the store. At least we're starting this episode at the store. So that's a positive, but we are going to go to the store, get our subsoiler on up. Well, first thing we're going to do, though, is repair it. We're going to be smart and repair it. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and down to field 82, which is right here. which is the field when I was planting the oats, and I went across and kind of got like a little bit of my oats into their field. That is the field that we're going to try the subsoil / plow and see if it works. If it does, then I can start doing some plowing contracts with that and get a good amount of cash for sure. Because that always works a lot better for me than using just a regular plow. So it's good to see now that we're planting sorghum instead of grass that we're not going to the seed as fast as we were. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I would love to have grass over there, so eventually once we get sheep, I'll have some grass to cut and feed the sheep, but that was ridiculous. I'm going to wait for a patch from Giants. Hopefully that's not intended to be that way. So sometimes you don't know when a game comes out and you think, oh, that's not right, it should be like that, and the developer's like, no, that's what we want, that's the way it should be, that's the way. I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't think I should be using that much seed to plant grass compared to everything else. But one thing I can see, now that I'm planting in a field that was first cultivated and then subsoiled, and then we got the rocks out of it, you see where I'm planting today, we're not leaving any material behind the seed drill because there's no stalks in the field. It's all been cultivated and subsoiled into the soil, I guess. So we're not going to see corn stalks or... No, we didn't have corn stalks. We had... that was sorghum in that field. So we had sorghum stalks and we had sunflower stalks in the two fields that we planted. Now, I should also mention when we cultivated the field with the sugar beet into it, I did get a stage of fertilization out of it. So this should be fully fertilized and ready to go for our crop. Let's see, if I get on out of the tractor, we should be able to see that's going to be 100%. 65. Okay, that's kind of odd when I'm getting odd numbers. It should be 100%, I thought. Maybe because I'm on the edge of the field. We'll get more of the field done here. And I'm not sure why weeds didn't grow in some areas. It looks like I drove around the field this morning after the weeds grew. I didn't. It just, that's the way the weeds grew, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. But it is what it is. I am kind of hoping that I'll keep an eye on Stevie's Facebook page, because he usually does some mods, obviously, like I said last episode. And of course we just bought one of his mods that's used. But I'm looking for the weeder that takes out first stage weeds only, which these are, and hopefully he mods that to where it has a faster working speed. But that is an expensive weeder. When I say expensive, I think it's like $45,000 for that weeder, but it's something we need, and I'd rather take out weeds on the first stage rather than paying for herbicide. Always works out better for you. So the one thing, I really haven't traveled around the map too much. I mean, when I've been traveling around the map, you guys have been with me. I have yet to see wildlife on the map. So I saw a Dagger win over the weekend before because he got a pre-release, and I saw where he saw animals on the map, but I have not seen any animals on the map yet. So I'm not sure where they are. Maybe they don't want to come over here because we don't have any food for them. I don't know. But they got to be around somewhere, I would think. This is much better than planting grass. I was kind of nervous that there was a glitch in the matrix. I'm like, if I start going through that much seed planting, I'm not going to make any cash at all. Alright, so if I get out of the tractor here, it should be like 100%, right? Okay, so it says set. It was 50 before, so now it's only like 65, 70. Okay. Yeah, this field was 50% fertilized. How about if I go to this map here? Let's go here, hot spots, fertilize. Let's take out lime. Let's take out weeds. Kind of. Oh, I know why it's a. Okay, so when I cultivated the sugar beet in, I was doing the job, and what was happening is, of course, we got crop destruction on. The John Deere 6R was crushing the sugar beet, So that's why we see like all these little lines here. That's where my tires were, and where I did actually cultivate crop into the ground, I got a stage of fertilization on it. And in the middle here, why it's all solid, because I hired a worker while we went and did other work. And workers do not do crop destruction. So that's why the fertilization stage on the edge of the fields are a little wacky. Just like me, I'm a little wacky. But then again, aren't we all? I do need to feed the chickens though, just in case we get some more chickens overnight. Because like I said, it's every 2 months or 6 months they lay, or not lay eggs, but reproduce. And they are getting this a little bit low on the feed over there, so I'll have to take out our big trailer and bring over like about 1,000 liters of sorghum. We got plenty of time because I don't have much to do today other than plant this field. Then, like I said, let's go see if a subsoiler actually works as a plow on a contract job, because it didn't do it in 19. I tried it many times. I fell for it many times in 19, doing contracts. Like, oh, well, I'll do a plowing job. I got a plow. Then I go to the field, and it's like, yeah, this doesn't work here. So we are crushing the weeds as crop destruction. Yeah, I was kind of hoping in 22 that the weeds would be something like Seasons was in 19, to where it was kind of weeds would just randomly pop up in random spots of the field rather than just full blown weeds. But it's okay. Now I was kind of hoping pretty soon, well, I'm kind of hoping every day and every hour I check the store page for used items, that there's something in there that we need and want. And the a fertilizer spreader would be nice, but really what I'm probably going to go for, I think only the Bredel spreader does lime and fertilizer. I think all the rest are just either fertilizer and or lime, not both. And it's hard for me to remember because in 19 I started using mods, and most mods would make the spreaders use both. And you kind of forget after a couple years what the base game says implements could use. Hard to believe I only got 4.4 hours on this John Deere 6R. Seems like I've been using it a lot more than that. But I keep looking at the money, I keep spending money, I keep thinking, yeah, I don't think $2 million is going to cut it for our loan. Probably have to up it to maybe 2.5 million. I have no problem giving myself a huge loan, because in Farming Simulator, even in hard economy, which we are on, we'll be making a lot of money in the long run, and before you know it, we'll have so much money we won't know what to do with it. But we got a long ways to go. But this season, I would like to get the sheep going. And other than that, for expanding the farm, that's probably about it. Buying equipment and machinery, yes, we'll be doing that when it comes available in the used market. But definitely going to go ahead and buy ourselves the olive harvester, because we got olive trees. We're going to try to expand on that. And I don't see myself leasing it for $16,000 every time I want to use it, because before long, it's not worth it. And for those of you who've been around long enough, you know I don't really like leasing things too often. If it's a one-off, then yeah, I'm fine with leasing it. But for the most part, I just like to buy my equipment. That way it's mine, don't have to worry about it. So it looks like I won't have to buy any more seed and or fertilizer, although I could go ahead and do contracts for seeding fields and get paid that way as well. But I will say, in hard economy, doing contracts and hiring workers to do the contract, not the best thing for me. Definitely going to lose money doing that. So any contracts I do, I'll have to do it myself. Found that out by doing that plowing job. In one of the first couple of episodes, I'm like, that worker just charged me like $1,200 for the first hour of work that it did, and we're not even halfway done. And I'm only going to get paid $2,000 for this job, so it wasn't worth it. I was actually going to lose money by having a worker do it. And I so much can't wait to do the olive harvesting. One, because it's something new to me, the olive harvesting. But two, I want to get some more material back into our production building, so maybe I can go ahead and sell it. Because it looks like we won't be selling anything. The eggs, I was checking on the eggs. The best time to sell eggs looks like it's in November, so we're in May. The lettuce is in February, and I kind of let it go through last season to see what the high price was. And sorghum, probably won't sell that because I need the feed for the chickens. I mean, we got a lot of sorghum. Well, I say a lot. Like 20,000 liters. And right now our chickens require about 1,000 liters, but that 1,000 liters is going a long time. I did see on the test list for Giants that someone's coming out with a bread / donut production building. Donuts. So we'll see what mods will be coming up recently. Just to let you know, I am recording this episode on Wednesday, so I'm a little bit ahead of ourselves. Well, I'm way ahead because this episode should be going out on Sunday. Getting my recordings out and done because tomorrow here in the States is Thanksgiving, so yep, going to be spending some time. I wanted to spend some time with my loved ones, but instead I'm going to spend it with my family. Hopefully they don't watch this. No, just kidding. Yeah, so I'm going to be spending it with my family, so the next couple days for the holidays going to be a little bit busy around here. Not as much time to get recording done, but at least I have a couple extra days off from work, which is kind of nice. I'm able to get some things done. I got to do some off-camera stuff on some episodes, and maybe, hopefully next week, maybe start getting some other episodes back up and going the weekly schedule. Of course, with a full list of Farming Simulator 22 videos going out at the same time. So maybe some days this upcoming week we'll have 2 videos per day. Let's go ahead and drop this off. And we'll leave that parked there because my shed is getting a little bit full, so I kind of either need to put down another shed at some point or start cramming some things in there. Alright, let's go on up to the store and grab our new subsoiler. Well, it's new to us. Got to make sure I repair it while I'm at the store. Hopefully it's not too expensive to repair it. And then we'll head on down to field 82, and fingers crossed, if this works, then I could just start doing a whole bunch of plowing contracts. Because with this modded subsoiler going at the speed it does, it's not too bad, and it's a 4 meter wide. Trying to use my blinkers in Farming Simulator 22, but I notice after you turn, the blinker doesn't turn off, and I'm used to it always turning off. So I got in the habit of turning the blinker back off. I think last episode when I was editing the video and I was seeding the field in the time lapse, that the blinker was on the 6R for quite a while before I realized, I'm like, the blinker's still on. Alright, let's go on down here to the repair shop. And we'll bring up the mechanic here. Do I want to fix $6,550 to repair the John Deere? Wowzers, after only 4.5 hours, it's going to cost me $6,500 to repair it. What about the Coon? $139. Repair, repaint? No, I just want to repair it. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to repair the 6R yet. And, oh yeah, for those new players, usually why do you need to repair the vehicles and do it? Well, one, you would repair it in real life, but two, as your equipment starts to wear down, like your tractors, like our 6R, as repair gets further on down, it kind of loses horsepower, so it doesn't have as much power as it could. Your equipment, as it wears on down, it'll take the working speed, and the working speed will get slower and slower and slower because the machine is not up to par of what it should be. Alright, let's hustle on down here and see if the subsoiler works as a plow in the contract after we wait for the train to go on through. Should have my beacons on. Alright, any day now. Can we go on through? I am waiting for a trailer to come on sale as well, so we'll have a way to transport the eggs and the lettuce. Alright, so the field is blinking. We can see it blinking on the mini-map in the bottom left-hand corner. So is this going to work or not? And the answer is no, it will not. That is kind of disappointing that in a way it actually works as a plow. It says it in the store page, it works as a plow, but when you go do a contract, it doesn't. Alright, so much for us doing that, right? Let's go into contracts. Yeah, plowing. Yeah, alright, well, we'll just go ahead and cancel that on out. So yeah, you can see I didn't do any work at all. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm going to need the subsoiler in the future anyways, because eventually at some point when we get the bakery, when I want to do cakes, it requires sugar, and one way to do sugar, there's a couple ways to do sugar. Sugar cane, sugar beet. So, those are the two I know off right at the top of my head. I thought it showed a third one that I could possibly use, but off the top of my head, I can't see what else I would use as for sugar. I mean, sugar beet and sugar cane. I have never done sugarcane, even though it's been... was that out in 17 or that came out in 19? I think it came out in... well, I've never done it. Let's put it that way. Can I sneak this in here? Get it towards the back. Nope, hitting my trailer a little bit. There we go. Now we're in. Well, now that I bought the subsoil, I probably won't have to use it for a while, unfortunately. But if we do need it, it's right there. And we got it for a deal. So we'll grab our trailer here. I want to go feed the chickens before I forget about it. And now this will be the first time I've unloaded from our silo over here. See how this works. Pretty sure same as before. Pretty sure if I hit R, it'll come up and say unload. No, wheat, barley, oats, canola. Whoops, there we go. And start. And that's good enough. That's 2,300 liters. That should be more than enough. Beacons on because I'm crossing a well-traveled road here. Let's make sure the chickens are good for many days to come. Okay. There we go. Well, they didn't take much at all. So, still only takes 750 grains. Or for 750 liters. I thought that's what they took for the original 10 chickens. Now we got 19, still only takes 750. Whatever. Maybe that's what the feed trough holds. It used to be the trough would take however much the animals needed for so many days. It could be now in 22, that's just how much the trough holds, is 750 liters. Not too sure. Alright, so all the work on our farm is pretty much done for the day. I am running at 3 times the speed. Let me just check this page here. Yep, nothing more here. This is a mulcher that can be used to remove tree stumps and bushes. I don't remember that being in the game before, so that's an interesting little piece. But forestry work is something I'm not going to get into right away for, well, maybe if at all. We'll have to see how it goes. Don't run into your own equipment, but we're going to just drive right over that. That's fine. It's all good. Let's try to sneak this over here as far as I can. And now let's grab our drill. I don't know if I have enough room there for the drill next to the trailer. But when I first put that down, I'm like, ah, that shed's going to be good for a while. Now it's like, no, well, it is good. Just a matter of getting all the equipment in there. I should be able, actually, there's more room here than I thought there was. I can sneak this in here. Just don't knock over the plow, because that'd be bad. I have no problem leaving the plow buried back there, because I shouldn't need it for anything. All right, let's go back into the contract page. Is there any baling contracts? And if so, it's got to be... Let's go ahead and get that out of there. Field 15. Well, they're only paying... I don't want to say only paying me $4,400. The field that we did a few episodes ago, they paid us like $6,000 something, and that was a small field. So field 15 is going to be rather small. And the low number fields are up here. 15 is going to be... I thought over there. There's 22. Oh, it's right next to the field I did before. Yeah, that's a small field. I got to do a bigger field because I didn't get no hay off of field 16. So I got to wait for a bigger grass field than that. Cultivating. I could do some cultivating jobs. Fertilizing. We haven't done any fertilizing jobs. That reminds me, maybe we'll do a fertilizing job here. Is there a spraying job? Yeah, there's a couple spraying jobs. Maybe we'll go ahead and lease that stuff just to spray a field. Do I have to make sure to fill the tools with herbicide? Oh, so I got to fill them on up. So that means I actually have to buy a container with herbicide. And they're only going to pay me $1,249 to do the job. Minus $300 because I got to lease it. So I'm going to get paid less than $1,000, and then I got to buy herbicide. And herbicide is... it's not going to be in a bag, Peanut. What are you doing? Back on up. It's going to be in a pallet. $2,400 for herbicide. Alright, so maybe not spraying. Fertilizing, I got the same problem. Maybe we should just do a cultivating job. Or sowing. Wait a minute, we can do some sowing jobs. I can't plant corn, because I got a drill, not a planter. This is sorghum in field number 61. 61, 63... They're going to pay me $300. Let's do field 61. Field 61. All right. Where is 61? There's 70. All right. That's part of the map we haven't been to. So out of my farm here, let's take out the road all the way down here. We'll cut across. Is this a BGA? No. Okay. I was going kind of want to stop at the BGA to see how much it cost. Out of my league for sure. But let's go down to field 61. Alright, but what I'm going to do is, I don't want to use my fertilizer because you don't get a bonus for fertilizing a field. So let me come over here. Open that up, and is it still Control I to unload? It is. And which one is seed, which one is fertilizer? That's the seed, that's the fertilizer. So we don't want to put fertilizer back into the drill. Yeah, so it's still Control I to unload your equipment. Alright, let's go ahead and fill up with seed. Let me just double check. That is sorghum I am planting, correct? Yes. Alright, let's cover that up and let's take a little trip. Make sure we don't go into our crop. Is it still the first stage you're safe to drive into it with wide tires and not cause crop damage? Yes. So first growth stage, you can still drive into it and not damage your crops. By the time the second growth stage comes along, if I drive in my field these wide tires, I'm going to crush the crops. Just need narrow tires for that. And along the way, I am going to look for some of these toy... Is that a toy I just saw? Because I haven't shown it on camera yet. No, that's not a toy. It's a hedge trimmer. Be on the lookout for some toys. Is that field 71? So that's the grass field episodes ago I thought about doing. They were going to pay a good amount of money. I bet you if I delivered the hay bales off of that field, I'd be able to keep some, and then I can go ahead and get ourselves some sheep. So we can start producing some wool, and I can start selling some wool, or save the wool until we buy another production facility. Yeah, I haven't been down to this side of the map yet. This is a big facility down here. I wonder if it's like supposed to be like a co-op or something. Maybe. I am also on the lookout for wildlife, which I have not seen any yet. Someday I will, right? Got some pretty big fields down here. Okay, I see the field blinking, so it looks like if I go this way, and then this way, stay on my side of the road if I can. Nice little area there for placeables to put down in the future. All right, let's go ahead and unfold our drill. And you know the drill as well. Not going to take us long to get this done. Uh-oh, it's got rocks in it. That was not part of the deal. So, yeah, we're probably going to damage our equipment a little bit more. Not too happy about that. Yeah, it looks like as I plant in the field, the rocks don't go back into the soil. They kind of stay on top of the soil. And I would assume, even though it's a contract with rocks in the field, it probably is going to damage my equipment a little bit. How much, I don't know. Don't have a clue, but I just know it's supposed to damage your equipment a little bit more. Hopefully not that much more. The rocks aren't disappearing. No, yeah, the rocks definitely are staying on top of the soil. So I also kind of liked it a little bit. I think it was in Farming Simulator 17, where if you started doing contracts in other farmers' fields, what you would do is build up reputation with that farmer, and over time, what would happen is the cost of the field price would lower. So let's just say this field here was going for $50,000. If I did a contract in the field, you got some reputation with a farm owner, and as the borrowing up, the price of the field would come down. So like after like doing this job, not only would I get paid for seeding the field, but then the price of the field would go from like $50,000 down to like maybe $48,000, so on and so forth. Kind of like to see something like that come back as well. In my look back video on Farming Simulator 15, I did show, in order to do back then what we call contracts, you had to go to like a billboard in the center of town or around town to take the jobs. You just didn't hit a key on the keyboard. But I guess in today's day and age, with all, you know, everyone's cell phones and everything being posted online, probably is done more that way than it was back in the day when we used to just have to go to town and take papers off billboards and whatever to get people's phone numbers for jobs and such. But I did like going back, looking back at 15 a couple, well, it's been just a little over a week now. And I love that Steam still had my old save on there. I'm on a new PC from when I played back in 2015 on that map. I was like, yeah, let me start the map. And Farming Sim was like, well, Steam's got some saved games. You want to load those up? I'm like, yes, please. Kind of interesting to see the way I left the map. Kind of the same way I do now. Just when I got done with the vehicle, it's like, well, just park it here for now. Park it in the shed? Why? No one's watching. I wasn't doing videos back then, so just park it anywhere. Probably shouldn't be doing seeding a field like this around and around. Shouldn't be taking sharp corners like that with machinery. It's not good for the drill and whatnot. So unfortunately, most of this episode is just me planting sorghum. I was kind of hoping before I started recording, like, okay, what's on sale today? I was like, oh, the subsoiler. All right, we'll try doing a plowing contract to see if that works. And I was hoping if it did work, I'd be doing some more plowing contracts. But no. I wonder why they don't allow us to use subsoilers as a plowing contract. Because when you go in the shop, it says can be substituted as a plow, does the same job. It's like, okay, then why when I do a contract won't let me do it? I wonder how much of the field I actually have to do here. With the other contract that we did, that was a baling contract, so I had to deliver a certain amount of hay over to the market that we had to go to. This is a small field, so I'm probably going to have to do, even though I have to do like 95%, which I think is the old standard, 95% of this field is going to be quite a bit of the entire field. When you do a big field, you can almost have a whole row that you don't have to do, and it's like, the contract complete. But do take in mind, though, if you're doing contracts like I am, there could be rocks in the field. So, as far as I can see right now, I have not seen no lime contracts. I haven't seen no rock picking contracts come up. I don't know why lime contracts are not a thing. You think it'd be the same setup as doing fertilizing contracts. There we go. Contract in field number 61 is complete. And if you're trying to save money, stop immediately, so you're not wasting seed that you don't have to. And don't worry if you leave like little strips like that. When you complete a contract, the contract will finish the whole field for you, in a way. So $792, we'll go ahead and collect that. And looks like the game decided to sow the field the opposite way than what we did. Well, I went in circles. They went that way and that way. Which was east to west, or west to east. But this is a nice little place in the future if you want to buy your own production facility, or as I can see what's going to be coming out, which is modded production facilities. I'm sure we're going to see some interesting ones coming out with all the materials now that we can make in-game. People just got to make buildings and add different things to make. Got a nice little spot right on down here on Elmcreek to place a facility down if you like. While we're here, I am kind of looking for a toy because I talked about a couple episodes ago. And now that I'm looking for one, I can't really find one. The ones it's not like I'm going out looking for them. I was just been off camera once in a while stumbling across them. And when I found a couple, they were like, sometimes I found two, and one time I found three of them right in one spot. It's not like they were one here, one around the corner. They were like all just three right in a pile. It's almost like someone on Giants got kind of lazy like the day before release. Like, hey Jimmy, what? Did you put down the placeable toys yet in the map? Yes, boss. Got right on it. It's already done. Then as the boss turns on the corner, he goes, oh crap, I forgot to do it. And he just goes on the map and it's like, all right, we'll throw 3 here, throw a couple there, and we're good. So that is one big facility taken up. So it's just a sell point, not a buyable point. It's a big facility for sure, taking up a lot of space on the map. I bet you can get some water out of that. That's a low-lying area. You know what? Let's pull on over here, because all I'm doing right now, I was going to drive back to the farm and end the episode. But let's go ahead and take a look at this area a little bit. It looks kind of interesting. Oh, it's like a little bit of a play area. Do we swim or do we walk on water? We walk on water still. Let's zoom through here until we get to the cottages. Oh, it's a camping area. Okay. You would assume there's going to be a toy around here somewhere. Anywhere? Bueller? Bueller? One on the dock? Nope, nothing on the dock here. As I try to find a toy. Road ends there, so we are at the edge of the map. Can I go into any houses? Can I break into someone's car? No, I can't, apparently. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to find any toys. I was thinking coming down to a camping area that we would. But I'm not seeing one around here at all. Well, we got everything planted. Our fields are ready to go. It's not a dire need that we get to weeding and fertilizing, but if something comes up in the used category the next couple of days, we'll definitely be looking to buying something like that. But I definitely need to find a way to start getting some income coming in, but you know, it's only year 1 of the farm. So we do have some things in storage. Just gotta wait for best days to sell it, and then slowly bring in some cash. But I'm starting to think I see a toy up here. Crouch down. R to collect. You found a plow. There are 9 more plows to be found, and I got $1,000 for finding that one. So there's one on the playground here. So we did find a toy. Hooray! I figured there's got to be a toy down here somewhere. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, I gotta find a way to make money, and also I don't think $2 million loan, probably going to go over that, maybe 2.5, somewhere around there to get us really going here. I don't want to slowly progress. I want to start off with a decent amount of equipment. I was hoping $2 million would do it, but it might be $2.5 million to get us going. Because like I said, I'd like to get sheep going this year, and we got to buy the olive harvester for sure as well. But hopefully maybe we'll get a used one along the way. But there we go. I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Elmcreek. But until then, have a good one.